Hi, and welcome back to Bounce Forward with me, Tiff. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to elders, past and present. Now, we're back into the swing of things after the holidays. I'm sure over Christmas there was a lot of routines that went out the window, mine did, and that can affect your belly and your gorgeous gut in particular. So, if you're feeling a little bit more bloated than usual, I've got some help for you to tame the tum. Let's start with what actually is bloating. Bloating is usually caused by the gases produced when we eat or drink something. It's produced in the colon and ideally moves through the body before being emitted or absorbed, but sometimes it gets stuck and causes your tummy to expand. If you suffer from bloating frequently, it's always a good idea to see your family doctor, but there are a few things you can do at home to help settle your tummy in the meantime. Firstly, I love to drink apple cider vinegar, ACV. It's a great natural digestive remedy. It helps to neutralize stomach acids and gets it ready to digest your food properly. You can have it in the morning before breakfast straight, or add a tablespoon to a glass of hot water. Time to get moving. When you're bloated, often the last thing you feel like doing is working out, but it can really help move the gases through your system. If you're not up for HIIT, I get it, a HIIT session can be intense. Try some yoga or Pilates instead. They're more gentle and the stretching will help relieve any discomfort. It's also great to go for a walk, and I love LISS, low intensity steady state cardio, because you can go for longer at a lower intensity and therefore really give your body time to de-bloat. This one might be a hard one, especially when we're all trying to get back into work after a break. But try to cut back on the caffeine. I know coffee is a morning ritual for a lot of you. Me too. I absolutely love my coffee. But if you can have a few days off, it can make a big difference. Unfortunately, caffeine is a big trigger for bloating. The same goes for alcohol. The other thing that is important to limit is chewing gum and fizzy carbonated drinks. Firstly, when you chew gum, did you know you tend to swallow more air, which can cause bloating and discomfort in the abdomen? This is especially true if you are a fast and aggressive gum chewer like me. Secondly, chewing gum can stimulate the production of stomach acid, which can also contribute to feeling a little bit bloated and having indigestion. With the fizzy drinks, because the carbonation comes from gas blended with water, when you drink a carbonated beverage, the gas can puff out your stomach. Next, introduce some ginger. This is a simple one. This incredible plant works miracles. Ginger helps prevent bloating, reduces gas, and stimulates your digestive juices to better break down food. You can cook veggies with ginger or enjoy some finely cut slices in a glass of hot water and lemon. Beautiful. Lastly, try some probiotics. If your gut has an imbalance of good or bad bacteria, your tummy can bloat, especially if you've just taken a course of antibiotics. A good quality probiotic can help restore the balance and get rid of any bloating issues. In addition to their numerous other benefits, my Get Up and Glow supplement from the TXO Nourish range can also help settle stomach discomfort. And my Bedtime Beauty powder also provides digestive relief. They're awesome. I don't go anywhere without them. Greek yogurt is a great source of natural probiotics and contains Acidophilus bifidus, live cultures. You can add Greek yogurt to smoothies, make delicious salad dressings, or just make it a quick snack. Easy. As you know, recently we've been answering some fun listener questions from you all, and I've got a few more here today. Thank you for writing in, and please keep them coming. Now, my first question is from Jess. Tiff, can you help me out with planning workouts around my period and menstrual cycle? I always feel like I take 2 steps forward and 1 step back because of the week when I have my period. I'm always more lethargic. Is there a better way I can train and listen to my body during that time, especially when I feel like it needs a lot more food? Yes, this is a question I get asked all the time, and being a woman, It's hectic. You have to train around your menstrual cycle. There's a lot going on. Your hormone levels rise and fall during your menstrual cycle, unless you're taking the pill, that is. Estrogen levels, for example, peak during the follicular phase, which begins on the first day of your menstruation and ends with ovulation. During the luteal phase, which begins after ovulation, estrogen release slows down and progesterone levels rise. These hormonal shifts impact everything, from your mood to your energy levels and your body temperature. Don't we know it? But the symptoms of these hormonal changes are far from consistent, which explains why some have to drag themselves out of bed when they get their period, while others experience a surge in energy. While research in this field is still limited, one study found that the menstruation cycle did not affect strength in athletes. Another found that subjects showed a high gain in muscle strength and size when training in the follicular phase when compared to the luteal phase. For now, the only definitive statement that can be made about menstruation and fitness is that your energy levels and capabilities are likely to vary during your cycle. So until the research catches up, tracking your own period, taking note of how you feel and perform is your best bet for unlocking your ideal routine. But having said that, I do have a few tips. If you're feeling down, try cardio exercise. Research says it is the most effective kind of exercise for improving your mood. If you're feeling kind of crampy or having a painful period, there is a decent amount of evidence that exercise can significantly reduce the feeling of painful cramps. So try going for a gentle walk or some light stretching or yoga to ease the cramps. If you're feeling absolutely fatigued or flat and running on empty, exercise helps your body to create more energy. I always say energy creates energy. You gotta move. So try a challenging but low impact session like yoga or some low impact steady state cardio. It's great for boosting energy whilst not overloading the nervous system. Light walking, cycling or jogging, it's wonderful. If you're feeling amazing, the hormonal swirl of your cycle means your energy will surge at certain points. Take advantage of it and tackle those tough workouts when you're feeling it. And whilst I'm at it, here are a few nutrition tips for you during your period. Whilst if you're eating well to support your training and nourishing your body, you don't really need to change your nutrition at all during your period. But I do have a few tips that help me. During the luteal phase, from ovulation to menstruation, listen to your body and add a small snack. 100 to 200 calories works really well to balance energy levels if required. Focus on healthy fat sources to cater for increased fat oxidation, like nuts, seeds, avocado, and fatty fish. Increase protein intake, as your body is also burning through protein during this phase. If you're struggling with PMS symptoms, consuming food rich in magnesium and omega-3s can help. If you're low on energy, try adding nutrient-dense, low GI carbs to your diet. I love my chocolate-dipped almond and pepita bars, and I bulk cook them for the whole week as snacks. It's great. During the follicular phase, make sure you eat plenty of iron-rich foods like red meat, salmon, and green leafy vegetables as you're losing blood. Also, up your iron-rich plant foods, including legumes, soy products, seeds, leafy greens, and whole grains. And a great tip to enhance iron absorption is to consume iron-rich foods alongside a source of vitamin C. For example, you could have a glass of orange juice with dinner. And finally, if you want to know more about training around your cycle, I did an episode with the wonderful Dr. Stacey Sims all about training around your menstrual cycle, and I'll pop that episode in the show notes for you. Next, I have a question from Alex. I was wondering if you had some super simple yoga stretches to be able to get me started. I love working out, but always forget to do my cool downs and stretches. Is stretching worth it? How does it help? I get asked this all the time. Do I really have to cool down? Don't skip your cool down, people. Cool downs are super important to reduce the heart rate, cool body temp, return muscles to pre-existing optimal state so you don't cause injury, prevent dizziness, and help the body to disconnect from fight or flight mode. Most importantly, it calms the nervous system back into rest and digest state. After intense exercise, lactic acid builds up within your system, and it takes time for your body to clear it out. cooling down helps aid this process of releasing and removing the lactic acid, helping to speed up recovery, as well as alleviate muscle soreness and delayed onset muscle soreness, which is DOMS. We've all had DOMS. They suck. So light stretching or some simple yoga stretches or mobility is a perfect way to calm your nervous system down. My favorite yoga stretches are cat-cow, downward dog, walk the dog, cobra, and my absolute faves are happy baby and child's pose. All so restorative and feels gorgeous on the body. My last question is from Callum. Hey Tiff, I was wondering if you could share some tips on things you do to help your mental health. Just when you're maybe having an off day or feeling anxious and you need a bit of time to yourself. Great question, Callum, because on this podcast we do talk a lot about the physical, but it's just as important to look after your mental health. It's no secret that training for me is a great stress release, and martial arts, all the pumse and patterns have always had a meditative effect on me, a way to slowly move, breathe, and recalibrate. Taekwondo has been a huge part of maintaining my mental health throughout my life. I've learned so much from it. And one of the biggest lessons, and I think it's something that everyone can take away, is the power of breathing. Whenever I'm feeling anxious, stressed, or overwhelmed, I do box breathing. We can do it right now, actually. Take a deep breath and inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now slowly exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. It's as simple as that. It really helps to calm the nervous system and clear the mind, as well as breathing and movement, which takes care of the physical. I love to journal, which takes care of the emotional health. And also I try to make sure my sleep hygiene is super good, and I have a great app on sleep quality. I'll put that in the show notes for you too. I also try to do something relaxing when I'm having an off day. I'll go for a walk. I play the piano. I've been playing the piano for years. I read or simply potter around the house listening to music. I just try and switch off. I also think at these anxious times, it's really important to stay connected and not withdraw from people. So I always send a text, call a friend, post in my community, do something that connects me to people I love and gives me that love and connection back. Spending time with people who make you feel good will always boost your mental health. So there's some of my tips on how to de-bloat and some great listener questions. Keep them coming. Thanks so much for listening to Bounce Forward. I love having your company, so please DM me on Instagram at tiffhall_xo and let me know what topics you'd love me to cover. Don't forget to rate and review me on your podcast app. Speak soon. Happy days.